My mailbox is illegal, and I'll keep smashing it until you replace it. Those were the words that spewed from Susan Fletcher's lips, our neighborhood HOA enforcer-in-chief, as she stood in my driveway with that infuriating grin. I figured she was bluffing who confesses to wrecking federal property with their luxury sedan. But the proof was right there, scattered across my lawn. 3 hits in 1 month. My mailbox is reduced to scrap each time. And now the villain wasn't hiding anymore. The lady from down the block who swung HOA bylaws like a club, convinced she was untouchable. That evening, glaring at the twisted wreckage, a fire ignited in me. If Susan wanted to turn my curb into her personal wrecking yard, I'd hit back me way. What I built next wasn't just a mailbox, it was a tank in disguise. The first smash seemed like an accident. The second, maybe a reckless Amazon driver. But the third? That was pure malice, metal mangled, post splintered, mail flung everywhere like trash after a tailgate party. I was picking up shredded bills when I spotted it. A bright yellow citation taped to my garage door. Violation, non-standard mailbox. Replace immediately per HOA Code 5.2.1. I chuckled, but was the bitter kind. Then I recalled what my neighbor, Mrs. Jenkins, had muttered last week. She'd seen Susan Fletcher reverse her shiny black BMW straight into my old box, peek around, and speed off as if nothing had happened. At first, I dismissed commits a felony over curb appeal, but now it clicked, and it was maddening. Hands shaking, I read the fine print. 7-day deadline or $50 daily penalty, plus a $200 cleanup charge already billed. Susan wrecks my stuff, then slaps me with fees? That's not oversight. That's extortion. I stormed inside, dialed the HOA line, which was basically Susan's cell, and left a frosty voicemail. This is Dr. Ethan Brooks, 312 Willow Creek Lane. My mailbox got totaled again, and I saw your ticket. Call now. We need to talk. She rang back in 10 minutes, her voice dripping fake sweetness. Dr. Brooks, about that notice. Yeah, I cut in, and the destruction you omitted. Susan didn't blink. Your box was oversized, wrong Colorno silver trim. It ruined the block's look. HOA demands conformity. You mean you're plowing it down 3 times? Mrs. Jenkins witnessed it, and I'm betting your fender has matching dents. She actually giggled. I can't control every turn I make. If it complied, it wouldn't have been an issue. My blood boiled. Mailboxes are federal once in service. Vandalism's a crime up to 3 years behind bars. Know that. Silence. Then her patronizing sing-song. Rules are rules, doctor. You agreed when you moved in. If it's too much, maybe Willow Creek's not for you. Click. She hung up. I stare at my phone, teeth grinding. That's when Tom Riley, the retired cop from across the street, wandered over in his usual jeans and baseball cap. He eyed the mess. Susan? Yep. He spat on the sidewalk. Typical. She's had it out for you since you pushed back on those holiday lights. Hates resistors. Well, I kicked a shard of metal. She messed with the wrong guy. That night, I poured over the HOA handbook a 150-page nightmare and hit gold in section 12.1. Violations need physical written notice and 14 days to fix before action. No prior warning for Met Hat voided her moves. A quick online hunt revealed 18 U.S.C. section 1705. Willful mailbox destruction means fines or prison. Suddenly, Susan wasn't so invincible. But I knew waiving laws at the next meeting wouldn't break her. She'd twist it. I needed ironclad proof. Staring at the ruins, inspiration struck. Build one she couldn't dent. A symbol of defiance. I sketched designs, shopped for reinforced posts. This wasn't about mail. It was a stand against her bullying. I didn't confront Susan at her door for drama. I went because felony theft couldn't slide. Her split-level ranch screamed suburbia. Manicured lawn, seasonal flags waving virtue. Her BMW sat there, plate reading HOA 1. I knocked, shoulder set. She answered in a crisp cardigan, smirking like a fox. Dr. Brooks, what brings you? Explain the 3 mailbox hits in 4 weeks. She tilted her head. It didn't match. Too big. No navy blue with silver. We notified. By ramming it? I held up the yellow slip. Mrs. Jenkins saw you. Susan's smile tightened. She's exaggerating. Standards matter. You signed on. I pushed. Show the written notice. Covenant says 14 days. Emails don't count. And mailboxes are federal tampering off limits. Panic flickered in her eyes, then was gone. Dramatic much? Fix it, problem solved. A guy with a notepad hovered behind her, some bored lackey. I left fuming but resolved. Build a case for court if needed. First stop, Mrs. Jenkins' cozy cottage. She greeted me with coffee, eyes fierce. I saw her, Ethan. Slow reverse, check for eyes, then bam. Deliberate. She had shaky phone video. License plate, BMW clipping a box. Not HD, but damning. Door to door next. A teen's dash cam caught Susan's car near my place. Mr. Lopez saw the 3rd hit outright. Neighbors spilled tales. Fined for flower beds. Forced to remove swing sets. I noted it all. Call the post office. Clerk, document it. Postal inspectors handle crimes. With statements, videos, and law prints, I drafted a letter demanding restitution. CC the inspector. Tom brought binoculars. We'll watch shifts. It became a neighborhood watch use. Mrs. Jenkins, Mr. Lopez swapping clips like spies. More stories emerged. Uneven fines, petty power plays. I compiled a file for the HOA meeting. Public shame hits bullies hard. The covenant sprawled on my table like bad news. Highlighted, physical notice, 14 days. Susan ignored it. Federal law backed, met 3 years max, sweet justice fantasy. But I needed allies. On Tom's porch, we listed witnesses. Mrs. Jenkins, Mr. Lopez, others with grudges. Tulips fined, bird feeders yanked, kids hoops banned. Afternoons, knocking on doors, voices poured out. By dusk, 10 accounts of bias. Folder labeled Operation Iron Guard. Screenshots from a local Facebook rant where Susan boasted about keeping order. Priceless. Then anti-vandal mailboxes online. Iron Guard steel beast, 75 pounds, survives trucks. Navy blue, silver accents HOA spec. $400, but worth it after her $200 fee. Called the maker. Standard size, just tough. Sold. For install, Buddy Jake from Concrete. We'll sink it like a bunker. Lawyer pal Sarah Kim emailed. Overreach. Styles enforceable, not destructive. No brand mandate. Group chat. Susan survivors. Replies flew about time. Beers ready. Camera set. Morning walk past the hole, power shifted. Susan thought finds one. Soon, she'd choke on rules. The installation day brought California's sun, baking the pavement. Iron Guard arrived heavy. Jake's truck rumbled up with rebar. Tom lounged opposite, cooler stocked. Neighbors gathered. Mrs. Jenkins with lemonade, Lopez family snapping pics, and even quiet Mrs. Patel with her pup. Jake, where's the fortress go? There. Last dig ever. They excavated deep, poured concrete waves. Sweat flew, but it buzzed rebellion in action. Post. Steel. 3 feet buried. Box bolted on, gleaming compliant. The crowd cheered. Tom. First Susan proof in Riverside County. Evening. Hidden cam in a maple tree aimed true. Susan wouldn't resist. Next morn, her BMW prowled. I watched from the blinds as she measured, shoved, and kicked. Nothing budged. Kim got her scowl, mutters. Chat exploded. She's raging. Box 1, Susan 0. Afternoon, maintenance truck, guys tapped, laughed. Within code, just solid. Gone. Night. Peace until evening return. Susan, hubby with a crowbar, crew trailing. I stepped out. Problem? Unusual, she sniffed. It's spec. Navy, silver. Covenant says color, not brand. Read it? Crew chief. Meets rules. Susan flushed. Planning removal? Felony. And recorded. I pointed to the cam. Hubby dropped the tool. Tom laughed, filming. Neighbors out. Jenkins iPad high. Lopez kids pointing. Patel's dog yapping. Ridiculous. Susan spat. No accountability, I yelled. She fled, tires screeching. Applause roared freedom sound. Post-meeting Monday, I waited with coffee. Susan invaded my drive, board in tow. Inspection. Non-compliant, not colonial charm model. Covenant. Color only. I held the print. It's fortified, hostile. Hostile? It's mail-safe. Tom hollered, losing it. Board shifted. Ex-lawyer Paul Vance whispered. She snapped for the violation. Careful, federal. I'll forward it to the inspector. She faltered. We'll discuss later. See you, with copies for all. Meeting packed, the community hall, stale donuts. Tense air. Susan gavelled hard. I'm mic'd. Illegal destruction. No notice. Covenant breach. Federal crime. Witnesses. Jenkins saw you. Lopez too. Gasps. I named uneven fines. Smith's red box untouched. Brown's decals ignored. Pattern. Harassment. Demand. Drop fines. Review board. Applause thundered. Susan banged futilely. Vance valid. Address it. Fallout hit fast. Petition on my step. Recall Susan for abuse. Dorothy's shaky script. 30 signatures quick. Susan ran it door to door, but it backfired. More signed. Postal letter. Reviewing. The recall meeting overflowed. Susan, I protect values. Chaos without me. Dorothy, want my feeder back. Laughter. I presented proof. Not just may use all. Vote. 68-12 recall. Cheers erupted. Susan hissed. Regret this. Stormed out. Vance elected prez. I'd my box. Never thought mail topples tyrants. Ripples. Tough boxes popped up. Local news. Mailbox uprising in Willow Creek. Susan vanished. Tried another HOA. Rejected. I spot her car once. Glaring, then gone. Neighborhood breathed free. Hoops out. Gardens wild. Check refunded. Apology noted. My iron guard stands sentinella reminder that small stands spark big change. What do you think? Was Susan a bully who got what she deserved? Or did the neighborhood overreact? Share your take in the comments, stand your ground, and let me know your views. 3. HOA expert.